Very well, welcome to Let's Play Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland. Well, what is this all about? Well, this is one of the most famous Kirby game, but well, this is actually the first Kirby game, but it's the remake for the GBA because the first Kirby game came out for the for the NES, I think. Well, yeah, I think for the NES. Anyway, let's start with file 1. And let's start the game as in one player. Of course, you can play in 2 up to 4. I've never played it, but I started with the single player, Vegetable Valley. So yeah, here we are. This is the first Kirby game we're playing on this channel. Yeah, right. I think that's it. Yeah, and it's pretty much the only Kirby game I have too. So yeah, what can you do? Well, it's Kirby. So he is it's not really sure what Kirby is, at least for in this game. He is basically a warrior from the stars, I think. He was called down here to save Dreamland because apparently something called a star rod has been stolen from a fountain, and now nobody can have good dreams. They all have nightmares. So Kirby is being called to recover the star rod from the thief. And so here you are. What can Kirby do? Well, Kirby can jump with the A button, as you can see here. He can move around. He can also run if you tap twice in the direction. You can also go up and like that. You can kind of fly. You can do that by pushing up or jump, and you can basically fly whatever you want. With B, you can just drop to the ground. Now, what Kirby can do, well, we can show this in the level. Press up and enter. The peculiar ability of Kirby is that if you press B, you can absorb enemies. Then if you press down, you gain their ability. So now I'm Kirby Beam. And if I press start, I get a kind of description of what this does. What this does. This beam is like a whip. Whoosh! Beam it! Yeah, you can press the B button. You get do the action of the monster you sucked in. Not only monsters will give you an action. For example, this guy will give me another action, which is a sparkly thingy that he does. If you press select, I will drop the ability in form of a star, and I can suck up off something else. Spark. Sure. So yeah, you can basically copy the enemies of the abilities. That's what Kirby's ability is. So yeah, the type of this game, as you can see, is a platformer. Ouch. So yeah, you get horrible when the enemies touch you. It's a platformer. But it's interesting because there are even some puzzles that you need to solve by using the abilities of the enemies. So yeah, the spark is pretty an useful ability. This guy can give us another one, which is fire. Fire! Hot! So hot! Too hot to touch. Right. Now there's some secret here that some players don't know. Is you can actually see down there. There's a kind of a shadow under the first block. The leftmost block here, whoa, was about to fall down. If you fall down, it's game over, by the way. Another thing, when you suck up something, you can only jump once, you're not able to float. But if you press B without pressing down, you'll shoot the star, which actually kills the enemies. So what you can do is you go down here. There's actually a door. If you press up, you'll find this UFO. And the UFO form is Kirby's best form. Wow, I'm so lucky, copied an UFO. I can do 4 different moves. It all depends on how long you'll be. Exactly. Of course, if you tap B, you do the same thing of the whip. Hold it a little bit longer, you do this little beam. Or you can do this big beam, or even longer, you can do this, which even passes through walls, I think. Oh crap, oh crap. Wow, I'm so stupid. Well, I've lost it. Whatever. So yeah, fire, boom. There we go. And basically, whenever an enemy touches you, you get damaged. And the life is down there are those red, how you gonna call them? Rectangles, I think. Ouch. If you get to 0 rectangles, it's game over. If you happen to fall below the level, it's game over. And that thing is a Maxim tomato. that will actually restore your health to full. There are other items indeed, but we'll get into those later. You basically have to get through the levels, and when you get to the door with the big star, you finish. Get to press A on this thing. Depending how good you pressed, how fast. It's not really fast. How well you timed your A press, you'll get a bonus of points. So now there's a mini game you can do here. Let's do it. A bomb rally. Press A to hit a bomb. What you gotta do is to press A at the right time. I'm not really good at this. And what you get here is only lives, basically. If you can win, you will get extra lives depending how good you were. If you get first, you get 3 lives. If you get third, you get only 1, second 2, and last you get nothing. So yeah, I'll become faster and faster. So gotta pay attention on who the bomb goes to. Mine! Mine! Ah, come on! I got 2 lives, I think. Yeah, I got second, so 2 lives for me. Yeah. Level 2. These things are spiky, I don't know how to call them. They sure have a name, but they're invincible. Can't do anything. The only thing you can do is you can free them and they will go up in the sky. If they go up in the sky, they're gone for good. These mushrooms are a new kind of enemy. If you try to absorb it, that's what happens. So you gotta be careful. Some enemies have protections against your absorbing things. Those are cannons that will shoot you. And this guy's a new enemy. Cutter! No! I wanted to see the description. The cutter boomerang is coming right back at you, exactly. You can shoot this boomerang and it will come back at you. Which is pretty useful for some bosses, actually, because you can damage them pretty quickly. As indeed, there will be bosses that you'll have to fight. And this is a warp star that will basically warp me on in the level. They are required to progress, of course. Take that. Boom, boom. I think there's gonna be a boss now, so we can show out the power of counter. These are bosses, but they're pretty basic. These bosses are not that strong. You will see them multiple times during the game. And you can even absorb them if you defeat them. And I'm crash mode. Warning, use only as a last resort. This thing is powerful, but you can only use it once. What it does, it kills everything on screen like this, look. Pretty interesting. Okay, so let's get a beam form. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And the Maxim there. It's not like I need it, so I might as well leave it there. Okay, now that you guys have got the basics, I think I'm gonna go through this pretty quickly. I'm not a great player in this game. Ah, I wanted to get that guy. I wanted to absorb that guy with the sword. Good, I got on the top of this. If you get on the top here, you get an extra life. Woohoo! Let's get to level 3. Whoop! And that's pretty easy, but that's pretty it, basically. The beginning levels are pretty easy, straightforward, and there's not really a lot to talk about. But later on, you'll see there'll be some interesting things you can do. New form here, the burning Kirby. Flaming tackle time. Who's gonna stop me? Whenever you use this form, you basically do that, and well, that didn't turn out very well. There we go. So yeah, this pretty nice form. It has its uses. It's not like I like it very much. I like other forms better. Ow. And yeah, another thing is when you're underwater, you lose every form you have. I mean, if you touch the water, you go under. You can't use any powers you have collected from enemies, except a few. You can only speed water from left, right, up, down, whatever you want. So, yeah. Whoop! Fire! Come on. Okay, I don't like you. Ouch. Spark. Spark is good. Okay, there's a Maxime there. I definitely want to get it. Ah, I missed me. Get it, Maxime. Okay, and this level's done. Ah. Okay, and this is the museum. You can view and copy abilities for free. This is the ability I wanted to get before. So, let me get it. Sword. Kirby's sword is one of the few abilities that you can keep underwater. And one of the few abilities you can do multiple things with. You can slash your sword with B. When you're in the air though, you'll do a spin attack like that. Which is pretty interesting. The sword ability is one of the most useful. Because you can do multiple things and it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. Alright, let's go to level 4. Okay. So I see. Okay, come on. Let's go up the ladder, up the ladder. Okay, defeated the guy. Let me get him 4 because it's new. It's freeze Kirby. No. Still gotta get used to the control a little bit. I'm playing with the joystick, which is not what I usually do. So stop. Come now closer. I'll chill you to the bone. What the swarm does is you can freeze the enemies and they will become ice blocks. Then if you touch the ice block will go forward. And if it happens to touch somebody, it will actually hurt it. For example... No. Damn, can I do this? No. Come on. I want to show you what this does. Like that, see? Wow. Okay. This is a potion and they will restore 2 of your HPs. Just so you know. Beam. I believe there's a secret here? No. Maybe not. And this is one of my favorite forms here. Come on, star, disappear. This is the spiky Kirby, I think? Needle Kirby. Hands off! Here are pointy spikes, there are pokey spikes. Now if you hold B here, you'll just become a spiky thing. And this is so great because... well, you'll see. Look. Tank. Of course, it doesn't work very well with enemies that shoot you from the distance, but... oh, like this guy as well. Could be a pain. Okay. Never mind. But it's powerful, trust me. And we get the last items we can item we can find around. This is I don't know its name, but basically what it does is like the star in Super Mario. It makes you invisible for a certain period of time, and everything you touch dies. Since we're invisible, let's get this one up. And 4. And after some levels, you get to fight the boss of the world. So since I have the needle form, I'll show you how easy is the first boss with the needle form. The first boss is this tree. What you can do is you can just stand here, read your needle form, and you'll defeat the boss. But since that's pretty cheap, come on, get it. I'm gonna show you how to do this correctly. And then we'll end the episode. Okay, let's go a second to the previous level. Okay. Get rid of the form. So you can't defeat the boss again, I think? Can't you? Oh, you cannot defeat the bosses again. Oh well. Never mind, I'll show that in a separate video, I think. But it's not that hard of a boss. Anyway, next time on Kirby, the Dreamland, we will start World 2. See you guys then.